in Japan, there are things that they wanted us to do, like physically, like the Japanese, like Yakuza guys, they stand like this. And this is, they taunt people like that. No, that's a taunt, like that's threatening. But to us, we're like, no, you're kidding me, right? That doesn't scare me at all. It just looks like some monkey. And so there's just different, they just do different things, like when they squat, they squat like this, you know? We don't squat like that, unless we're taking a dump. So there are things like that we tried to, we were like, yeah, it just won't work, you know? And so there's some things like that. You're just going to have that. You have it in anime all the time. You know, like where the translation is just like, that doesn't make any sense. But to the Japanese, it's totally cool, you know? So that's just one of the things that you run into when you do whatever, worldwide kind of game like that.
Absolutely, just like, you know, we'll make movies over here that don't necessarily translate to other countries and other cultures. You know, that's where collaboration comes in. I think you get a better product in the long run, but, you know, I'm kind of low on the totem pole.
I think that when you start playing the game, for example, if you play Devil May Cry 4, the story alone I think it's top notch. And if you start to figure out the relationship between Dante and Nero, that would be even better. But you know, Dante is kind of he's a superhero, and he's really macho, and he's really cool, but at the same time he's a bit cheesy. You know, he says some really cheesy, like he says, what is it? Come on, babes, or bring it on, babes. It's like such a dumb line, but it's kind of fun. It's funny.
Did you say that you saw it online?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't even necessarily play the whole game, so in retrospect,
yeah, I think when you're playing the game and then you'll start to understand who the character is, and then you'll be like, okay, it's okay for him to say that. But I think that's the thing. It's like that happens a lot of times. You know, I mean, a lot of people will watch the short thing and think, "Wow, this is gonna suck," and you know, they either don't give it a chance, or when they do, then you know, you find out that it's all right. Like when I did Bleach, when people found out I was gonna be Ichigo, there was a ton of people who were like, "This is gonna suck." Period. And then they had this short, you know, little teaser that Cartoon Network put together, and then, yeah, this is awful, I can't believe it just doesn't fit. And then, but now it's like after people have actually watched it, and they're like, oh, it's actually pretty good. I think the problem is like a lot of people see it in the Japanese. They're used to the character one way, and so they don't want to hear it any other way. You know, but if you give it a shot, usually it just comes down to the acting. If the acting is good, people are like, oh, it's okay. Well, but if the acting is not good, then yeah, obviously, you know.
I mean, I also have